We are here again to present our weekly lecture. Today is our speaker is very famous to us, Dr. Ali Sami. Dr. Ali Sami, I don't want to elaborate his achievement. He has so many credentials. I don't want to list them one by one. He has been in this college for a long time, and before coming to this college, he has been a professor in Canada. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, Dr. Sami is very known to you. So, I would like to waste his time. And today, he's going to present a paper titled Assessment of Hyperlipidemia as a Cause of Athersclerosis. So with pleasure, I would like to welcome Dr. Soma.
Thank you very much. Before I start, please, I would like to thank the research department, Dr. Hassan Nando and Colonel Khalid Jubran, for this educational assessment program which started from this semester. Also, I have pleasure to introduce this presentation about assessment of hyperlipidemia as a cause of atherosclerosis, and I apologize for the word cause is written in the label outside as a case. Sorry, it is a cause of atherosclerosis. So, before I start, I would like to say what is atherosclerosis before we say hyperlipidemia as a cause of atherosclerosis. Let us talk about what does it mean atherosclerosis. From its term, atherosclerosis is a medical term, means ather means atheroma, and sclerosis means hardening of the wall of the arteries, and this is a type of chronic inflammatory process which occurs due to abnormality in the lipoproteins in this with atherosclerotic plaque. As we see here, we have the normal arteries, which contains three layers, main three layers of the arteries, and patent lumen. Every artery should be patent, and the internal layer is called the intima, which is followed by media, which contains smooth muscle fibers as well as elastic tissues and adventitia. So, as we see here, this is a normal artery, and this one, which is narrowed in its lumen, shows atherosclerotic plaque. So, if we talk about atherosclerosis, we talk about what is the main cause as well as the risk factors for atherosclerosis. As a matter of fact, we have risk factors and we have potential controllable risk factors. Those potential controllable risk factors, the major and the main one of them is hyperlipidemia. And this is our topic. This is why we choose this topic today, the hyperlipidemia as a cause of atherosclerosis. MLT, our department, Medical Lab Technology Department. MLT, where MLT? Thank you. Now, this is, as we mentioned, the lipoprotein are spherical in its shape, and it is covered from outside by the phospholipid and the protein, as well as the apolipoprotein, and from the core, mainly the triglyceride, as well as the ester of the cholesterol. And this lipoprotein, as we mentioned, here, this is snaky parts are the apolipoprotein, and these apolipoproteins are different from one type of apolipoprotein to another type of apolipoprotein. So if we have, for example, the chylomicrons, you will find it is different from LDL, and the main function of this apolipoprotein is assembly of the apolipoprotein structure integrity and the enzyme activation and the ligand for the receptor, as we mentioned. So those are the different types of apolipoprotein present in our circulation. The chylomicrons are the largest one. The least sizes and high density one is high density lipoprotein. And here it tells me that the apolipoprotein B, for example, for VLDL, 48 for the chylomicrons, and the A1. So this is apolipoprotein, B100 for the IDL, and B100 as well for LDL and VLDL as well. But the story for the HDL is a little bit different, because HDL contains mainly A1, which is derived from both intestine as well as the liver, and A2, which is derived mainly from the liver. And as we mentioned, the high-density lipoprotein is high dense. That is why it is called high-density lipoprotein, and contains A1 and A2 plus EC. But the most important one of them is A1, and this A1, again, is the ligand for the receptors. And if there is a problem in the A1, there is another genetic disease. And if we imagine here that this LDL increased in the circulation, it started to injure the endothelial layer or the intimal layer of the blood vessels, and this is atheroma or atheromatous plaques, which started to be formed and grow up by the time. And because it is chronic inflammatory process, it takes time to develop. And if we have a normal lumen with normal endothelial layer and normal intima, by this atheroma, which is accumulated by the time, it is started by the time, as if it is once started, it doesn't stop. It accumulates, grow up by the time, until it narrow the lumen of the blood vessels, not only narrowing, but hardening of the blood vessels, which leads to the ischemia, and we call it atherosclerosis. Thank you very much, and I appreciate again, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Actually, I don't have any word to add. I would like, first of all, to take this opportunity to sincerely thank Dr. Sama for this excellent presentation. And now it's time for our audience to ask any question, if any. And Dr. Sama is ready here to clarify and answer any question you have. Please, the floor is open. Any question, please? Any question? All right, it seems like everything has gone home. So if that is the case, I would like to thank you again. And I would like to take this opportunity to welcome our chairperson for the college's Continuing Education Committee, Lieutenant Colonel Dr. Khalid Gibran, to present an award to Dr. Sama for this wonderful presentation. Dr. Khalid, Father.
Thank you very much.
On behalf of Continuous Education Committee and on behalf of you, we would like to extend our thanks to our speaker today, Dr. Sum'a, and for his informative lecture that make us to rethink about our diet. And he tried to improve the reputation of cholesterol, but I don't know